Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a project life spread that is 6 by 12. So this is going to be a small insert in my project life spread. It documents a friend's birthday, but we didn't take any pictures, which is quite unlike me. All I had were the pictures I took in preparation for her birthday and one snapshot of the picnic that we had in the park. So here I'm just using a paper pad that is by DCWV, and it's called the Birthday Wishes Stack, and I got it from Amazon. It's got lots of bits of glitter in it and foiled papers, and I've gone for really, really bright colours, as seems to be a theme for me at the moment. I'm just picking out the papers and cutting them to 3 by 4. The page protector that I have there has two 4 by 6 spots in it, but I'm going to use the fuse tool to turn them into 3 by 4 sections so I can fit all of my pictures in this double-sided insert. So here I'm just picking out some potential embellishments. I don't use all of these, but it was worthwhile because I do use some. Those star sort of embellishments that you can see in the top right hand corner, they came from a Studio Calico kit that's really old that I got in one of their sales. And here I'm just picking out some other potential embellishments before I get cracking. So I've had my fuse tool on for about 15 minutes now. You do need to leave it about that length of time to be able to heat it up enough. And then I just used the ruler that came with the fuse tool and just lined it up on my mat here and used the lines on the mat as a guide. I would say if you're doing a lot of fusing, you probably want a glass mat underneath. I have burnt holes in this mat because where it's sort of plasticky, it doesn't deal well with the heat. So here are some pictures of the baking process. Basically, we did a picnic for my friend's 30th and I made the food for it. Then other people bought the drink and other people had to bring the rugs and all those kinds of things. People bought the cutlery and the plates and so on. So here I wanted a little title card that said bake up a storm. I was making her a birthday cake in addition to the food for the picnic. And here I thought about using one of these stars, which that one kind of blends into the already overly excitable background. So I use this slightly blue coloured one. And just attach that there. And then I decided I'm going to add a phrase to it, but I use the Tim Holtz tiny word stickers. I don't like these really. I really find it hard to get words together to use. I need to think of other ways to use it because I don't barely ever use them at all now. So it just says delight in the everyday. I mean, I was cooking and I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. So here's some of the finished sort of products. I made a load of cookies to go in party bags for everyone, and the cakes were cooked in that picture. And I also made these meringues. You'll see a picture of the cake on the other side, or you might just be able to see it on the left-hand side there. But it was one I'd seen on Pinterest where it was like a buttercream side with a drizzled top and then meringues piped on the top. So I made these small meringues. They came out really good, actually. I was pretty chuffed with myself. I just cut the piping bag out to stick on that patterned paper. I toy with using different papers here. I do end up cutting out from another paper pad, which I got from the range, this other paper pad. I think it's called like Creative Vision or something like that. It's just a really vibrant paper pad. It doesn't have lots and lots of papers in it. It was pretty cheap. I think I got it for £1. but this checked one, it kind of went with the colours from the other inserts that I'd made, but it was plain enough that I could add journaling to it. So I've just stuck that down, which seems to be something I'm doing a lot, and then I used a pen to add some journaling. You can't really see this journaling very well because I could only find my 0.05 pen, and couldn't find my number 3 pen, which I like to use sometimes. I've added a little piece of chevron orange washi tape at the top there, and then this is from the Mambi Planner kit, and I just added a little puffy sticker that has a camera on it. These are from Clearly Kelly. I think it is actually called Food Coma, this stamp set, and so I've just stamped that food coma on top of that. I actually think it would probably give you some kind of like diabetic coma, the amount of sugar that I used. So popping those in, and then I decide that I'm going to turn that pocket there into a sort of party pocket. That's what I'm calling it. So I'm going to make a little shaker pocket there with some confetti that came out of a balloon that I had for another friend's birthday this weekend. So I'm just sticking 2 of these stars together to add a little bit of interest to the pocket rather than it just being confetti. And sticking it down. And then this confetti that I add, I absolutely love. It's so cool. It came with a balloon kit, so you could make confetti balloons. But I popped the balloon by accident and it ended up all over my floor. But this is what I managed to kind of scrape up from it. And then I just slid that star in. And I really love that. I think it looks really cool. A bit different than just adding sequins. And then I've just sealed the top up here. And actually have a load more of that confetti because I saved it out of the rest of the balloons. I just popped them in a controlled way. So at the top there you can see the cake. And I just covered it in confetti and stars, and it was kind of mental, but I was pleased with how it came out, really. Just a bit of fun. And then the picture below that has a photo I took on my dining room table of all of the food that I had prepared for her party. And then here I'm adding one of these la-di-da journaling sheets across the centre here. I got those journaling sheets from the range. I've seen them in Hobbycraft actually recently, so you might be able to get them from there. Again, they were in sale in the range, like they were trying to get rid of them, so they were £1. And I just journaled about what I was doing and the food that I made. So I just popped all that on there. I liked that card, that journaling sheet, because it had the right colours on it, but it also had DIY. It said like my DIY, and I thought that was good because I was doing it myself. Yeah, so I made a cake, cookies, meringue, salad, watermelon and feta salad, quesadillas, veggie dips, puff pastry, like pizza things, and smoked salmon quiche. And I've put the wrong date on the top there. That should have been May 16th. But I didn't actually realise until it was like completely done. Here I'm adding some food related words to this, but as you might have seen in other videos, I pressed too hard again. And I smudged the good food, and I kind of think I'm okay with it for a while, and then it turns out I'm not okay with it. So I find a way to cover it up in a little while. So I add that journaling in. I add that in for now, but that does change. And that one there says bon appetit, and it should say #delicious, but as it turned out on that one, I didn't press hard enough. Oh dear, it was a tough day for the stamping. So here I'm just adding some la-di-da labels. So add this kind of purple label. It covers most of it. I'm not that fussed that there's a tiny bit peeping out. No one's going to look that closely, are they? And then down the bottom here, I've got a picture of the picnic. And I have this banner paper that came from the DCWV paper pad. So I just sum up where we were, I add the date to this, and a little title that says Kirsty's 30. Oh, and I stamped the word party, I think, as well. I think I've worked out why I stamped so badly with that particular stamp set that you can see there that says like barbecue party on it and food and cheers. They seem to be like a softer, what is the word for what they are? Polymer? Is that right? I don't know. They seem to be softer anyway than other stamps. So I think I'm overzealous with the pushing them down. I don't need to do that because it just seems to spread the polymer. They weren't particularly cheap. I don't know if it's a symbol of quality or if I'm just not used to using them or I'm just basically incompetent. It's one of those things. So I add the date there. That was the correct date of her party, and I only made the food the day before, not like 3 days before. Oh, excuse me. I've got a frog in my throat. Oh, come on, Sam. I think I had to trim this down quite a bit to get it in the pocket, and then it's done. So very chuffed with this layout. I absolutely love it, and it looks wicked in the album. So I kind of go a little bit slower through this. You can see the cutout section there. And I love those confetti pieces, they're so cool. So give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, give scrapbooking a try where you've not got any pictures of people. So see you in my next video. Bye!